Goldfinch Protocol is still doing very well despite the recent Bitcoin crash we had a couple of days ago. As you can see, we definitely dropped a lot. We touched this $3.20 zone, and then of course we bounced right back. We bounced back 2 times, so that means this zone, this $3.20 zone, is a very strong place of support for Goldfinch. And right now, as you can see, we've consolidated once again at this $4 zone, around the $4 zone. So that's, in my opinion, where we're going to be bouncing off for the next couple of days. And in the short term, I think Goldfinch is going to continue to consolidate. If we get another Bitcoin crash, then once again we're going to see Goldfinch touch this 320 zone. I don't believe it's going to go any further than 320. But in the short term, I do think that Goldfinch is going to consolidate for a little bit longer. Now, in terms of more medium-term price action, I definitely think Goldfinch can touch these zones up here. So it's going to retest its $6 range, right? Which was its previous all-time high. And eventually, once we do break out, it's going to touch this $8 and $11 range. But that could be, a couple of weeks, even a couple of months in the future. But those are going to be the long-range price targets for the medium term. So just looking at Goldfinch as a project as a whole, right? I made 2 videos on Goldfinch talking about, what this project is. So if you don't know exactly what Goldfinch is, please watch those videos as well. But this video, I will talk about a little bit more in depth, some of the data behind Goldfinch and why I think it's a great product. So looking at the market cap, of course, it's sitting at under 300 million. So a relatively small market cap. You can argue it's like a mid-sized market cap with still a lot of room to grow. The price, of course, is around $4. The fully diluted valuation is 449 million, which is still pretty good. It's under $1 billion. As you can see, the volume 16 million, basically, not too bad. And yeah, you can see, Goldfinch, of course, the past couple of months, it's had this massive rally up. We were in this like $1 zone, in this $100 million market cap zone, and we've basically tripled in price. And now we're consolidating. So one thing you want to look at when you analyze a lot of these DeFi coins is you want to look at the total value locked, right? So the TVL for Goldfinch, as you can see, right, it's still relatively low. It's only at 2.5 million. We had this spike up to around 17 million in December, and right now we've definitely gone down a lot, back to that $2.5 million range. And as this number increases, you're going to see the price of Goldfinch also increase as well. So what did we see in 2022? We saw total value locked of 51 million, right? And right now, we're still at 2 million. That is still a lot of room to grow in terms of our total value locked. And if you look at a competitor of Goldfinch being Ondo, right? This is also another one of my most bullish RWA coins. This coin has a total value locked at 300 million. 300 million. This total value locked is extremely high. It is actually, I think, the largest, at least one of the largest total value locked coins for the real world asset sector. So this is, of course, another project I'm extremely bullish on. I think this will do extremely well in the bull run, in short term and long term. Ondo actually held up very well in the dip. It basically didn't dip at all. If you take a look, the Bitcoin crash made Ondo go from 80 cents to I think 60 cents. And then boom, popped right back up again into 90 cents now. So yeah, Ondo I'm extremely bullish on. And Ondo is the leading real world asset coin for the space, right? For the crypto space. And I think Goldfinch has a great chance to take a lot of this market share away from Ondo, because not only does it have basically a fourth of the market cap of Ondo, it's still growing its TVL, right? It's still onboarding users. It has a lot of investors in Goldfinch, and overall, the real world asset space will exponentially grow during this bull run because it is one of the top narratives. And when you have one of the leading coins in the top narratives, I think Goldfinch is easily a top 5 coin, probably a top 3 coin in the real world asset space as well. Once you see real world asset as a whole grow, you're going to see Goldfinch grow exponentially as well. It still has so much potential, guys. So just looking back at the chart of Goldfinch, you can see, right, these are short-term price targets of $8, $11. I think in the long term, looking into late 2024, possibly 2025, I can definitely see Goldfinch hitting a 10x into this $30 range, right? $30 to $50 is my final price prediction for Goldfinch for the long term. Long term being at least 8 months to maybe like a year and a half. I think $30 to $50 is pretty reasonable. That would put Goldfinch. That would put Goldfinch at around, I believe, like a $3 billion to $5 billion market cap. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but that's what I believe the final market cap will be if Goldfinch hits $30 to $50, which is around a 10x in price from today's prices. And in my opinion, that is very doable for one of the leading real world asset coins. So in terms of real world assets, I really like Goldfinch and I really like Ondo as well. I have both of these projects. I have probably a little bit more Ondo actually, and I'll probably make a video on Ondo Finance if you guys want me to. I'm bullish on both these projects, but I would say the safer bet, right? If you want to just play it completely safe, right? I would go with Ondo. I think Ondo has a chance to hit, $10 billion market cap, and that would be basically like 9x from today's price, 10x. And I think Goldfinch can hit that number as well, right? But right now, Ondo has a much greater head start. As you can see, there's a lot more people utilizing this platform. It is basically the number one real world asset ecosystem in crypto right now, so it definitely has that head start. You can see the price is very linear. We haven't seen like a massive jump up in price. We're seeing consistent growth, which is really good. The only thing that worries about me about GFI is the fact that you're seeing these massive pumps. Of course, we were once in 2023 at a $12 coin, so right now it's still very cheap compared to that. But something like Ondo, it's new. I believe it's a very newly launched project, just launched at the beginning of this year, and it's very consistent in its growth. So that's one thing that excites me. Goldfinch, you've had these massive pumps, and it definitely has a lot of insiders. I'm not gonna lie. If you look at the allocation of Goldfinch, let me just find it. I believe it's in unlocks. Yeah, so looking at the allocation of Goldfinch, you can see, we're still going to get more and more coins added to the ecosystem as time goes on. So that's one thing to be a little bit concerned about. I'm just giving you guys a complete transparent view of Goldfinch so you can better judge your investments. So it definitely has more token unlocks in the future. And taking a look at the allocation, you can see that right now we have insiders at 38%, farming at 17%, non-circulating supply at 28%, airdrops at 15%. So this insiders, we definitely have pretty high amount of insiders. In the future, we're going to have about 55% insiders, but that wouldn't be until 2026, so I wouldn't really worry about that. But we're probably going to have around 40-something% insiders. So that's something to definitely keep your eye on. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely means that it's prone to large dumps. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind. Of course, I think we're still pretty far away from those massive dumps. Because I do think Goldfinch, right, once we do get the peak of the bull run, it's going to dump pretty hard. It's going to be one of those coins that dump like 90%. So you definitely do not want to get caught holding the bag. But I still think it's a great project because of the potential and because of the narrative that it's in. But if you want something more long-term, if you want something, like I said, a little bit more safer, then Ondo is definitely going to be a better bet in my opinion. As you can see, I can pretty much guarantee you that it has a lot less insiders. Yeah, 0% insiders. Eventually it's going to be 40%, 45% insiders. But as of now, we still have, we have very good token allocation. Especially for retail investors to buy into. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Ondo and GFI, both very great real world asset projects. If you want me to make more videos on real world asset coins, DeFi coins, any other coins that you guys want me to make a video on, please let me know in the comments below. I'll gladly do so. During this dip currently that we're having, it's a great time to pick up some of these projects for a discount. And I think right now Bitcoin's actually once again dipping. Yep, it's back to 62,000. Did we get another flash crash? I believe we did. Oh, 64,000. Okay. So Bitcoin is doing its thing. It's definitely going on a slight downtrend right now, but that's to be expected after all of that positive price movement that we had over the past couple of weeks. Why is my camera freezing? Okay. I need to get a better camera, guys. I need to get a better camera and better microphone. I'll definitely do that in the future, but let me know, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.